All right, I'm going to be 100% honest here. This is going to be the 5th time I've tried to make a video, this video, on this topic. And they've all sucked. They've just sucked. The concentration that I had like a week ago where I could make balls and talk to the camera, it's gone. I can do one, I can't do them both. So what I've chosen to do is mainly just yammer. And I'll shoot some balls in just so you have something to watch besides just me yammering. But if you expect any of these to go in, prepare to be disappointed. So we'll see here. The one I wanted to talk about was the fact that I've always had a tough time adjusting to new equipment. When I was in league, like in my 20s, when I lived in Omaha, when I lived in Seattle, traveling different bars, equipment changed all the time, I could pick it up right away. Heavy cue ball, oversized cue ball, really crappy balls, crappy claw. It didn't take me hardly any time at all to pick up on the fact that I had to adjust and what adjustment had to be made. It was nice. Once I got this house, and especially once I got the big table, I lost that ability. I play 99% of my pool on this table. If I go to the pool hall I usually go to, I play on their 9-footer, it's different. And sometimes I don't adjust as quickly as I should. Now that table used to be down here. I sold my table to the pool hall when I had this one upgraded. But now it plays differently, and sometimes I adjust pretty quickly. Sometimes I don't adjust at all. Every year I go to Derby City Classic. Every year they have one. And I spend the first couple of rounds just marveling at how fast those tables are. Just how unbelievably lightning fast those tables are. Now this is not a slow table. But even on its best day, this table's never been as fast as the slowest table at Derby City is. And sometimes I get down there and I'll adjust quickly enough, or I'll get lucky, win a match, whatever, and finally adjust. Sometimes I'll go down there and I'll go 2 and out, never having adjusted just to the simple thing of just the speed. Yeah, it makes the tournament not as much fun when you wait a year for it and then go 2 and out. Maybe that's just me, don't know. So obviously being able to adjust more quickly is something I've been working. That was a good shot. Something I've been working on quite a bit with varying levels of success. This last week I've had a little bit more success by just dumbing everything down. And it's kind of hard to describe. Everything is simpler. My patterns are simpler. My stroke is simpler. My use of English is almost non-existent in most cases. Everything is like, it's almost like I just started playing pool, and nothing is easy anymore. Everything's kind of tough, so really have to bear down and just, okay, I could shoot this 10 in. If I wasn't going to try to play shape for the 4, I would just be shooting a stop shot on this 10. Well, man, now I got to draw back, so so I screwed up, right? This is what happens when I don't adjust, and right now it's what happens when I'm trying to talk to the camera. So that's not a big whoop, but I just dumb everything down and probably look boring as hell, don't look nearly as cool as some of those guys. You know, Bustamante got this big ass flowing stroke. Glenn Rogers, Piggy Banks, he's up here so damn solid when he's shooting that you just know that Refrigerator Perry could bang into him as hard as he could, and Piggy would still make the shot. Wouldn't he budge him? He's so solid. And it looks really cool when people get going and they have something like that, something flowing, shooting hard, maybe going 4 reels for shape and all this stuff. Just looks cool. But you know what else looks cool? Is making the ball. That looks pretty cool. Winning the game, winning the match, getting the cash, all those things look pretty cool too. And I think they look a hell of a lot cooler than missing the shot with some kind of flamboyant Superman stroke. Maybe that's just me. And it has taken me a while to, I guess, accept that. That if all I have to do is make this damn 13, I don't have to be with this long ass stroke and all this. I can just be up here, just you make sure I'm lined up straight and put it in the hole. That's all I have to do. Doing that has helped me to adjust, because let's say I'm really, really horrible at examples, and I know I've mentioned that before. Let's say I want to shoot this 13 with bottom right. I shot a lot of shots for the first 20 years, 30 years to be playing with bottom outside. So I want to shoot this with bottom right and try to draw around for some bullshit down there again, right? So I want to do that, come around, do something down there that's cool. And it looks cool to do that. It would look cool if the 13 went in, but it didn't. What I just have to realize and remember and execute is that I can get down that end of the table just with a straight little nice follow shot. I can do that. I can get down that end of the table. Bad examples, but for the routes and stuff that I have chosen, too many times there's been a much simpler route to take. And I'm really trying hard to find those simple routes and take them, because they do help me to adjust. They help me to get centered and focused. And eventually, every now and then, a shot will come up where I will need a little bit of outside English. That shot right there, I needed just a little bit of outside English to make sure I came back on this path. But it wasn't a lot. I didn't have to get all flamboyant and shit. All I had to do was just shoot the shot in. I don't have to throw this ball in with left English. I can just cut it a little bit. And those are the kind of things that they help. They help me. So on this shot right here, whereas for the past 200 years, I would have put a little bit of right on this. It's lined up for about right here. I would have put a little bit of right on it, throw it in. And I would even think that would help me get used to the English, to how much grab you get on the ball and stuff like that. How much will the ball throw? It will help me get used to it, help me to adjust. But in the meantime, while I'm trying to adjust, I just missed the ball because I judged it incorrectly. I do know how to judge shooting this ball on the vertical axis. I do know how to do that. So that was not a case where I needed the English. If I get a shot, put the 5 there, I'm a little bit afraid of scratching, so I just draw it. And so this is a situation where I have to stroke it a little bit and put some draw on it to make sure I don't scratch. I can't just hit it low. I have to put a little bit of a stroke on it. Those things come up and they help me to adjust. And meanwhile, I've had some success all along, little confidence boosters and all that, instead of misjudging. Let's say for some reason I wanted to bust out this shit. Well, if I have one pocket, that's my pocket. I want to bust out this shit. I don't want to try to draw in here for short side shape because I'm probably going to scratch. So all I can do is just try to bust it out. Find a shot. Okay, bottom left is what the shot wants, but it doesn't need all the way to the edge of the cue ball, bottom left, and a super stroke. The ball's got to go 1.5 feet. It can still be simple. It can still be simple, Just have to stroke it a little bit. And come in, and sometimes you get lucky and break the shit out the way you want. Sometimes you don't. This is all that I've been trying to say for 5 videos now, as I've been trying to say, if you have a hard time adjusting, maybe you can just simplify everything. And that way, you're at least making shots. And the adjusting can happen on its own. You don't have to try to force it when it's not there. I don't have to force knowing how much English is going to throw this ball in. If I put right English on it, I don't have to worry about that. Because I don't have to put right English on it. And so meanwhile, I made the shot. I make the shot. In theory, I make the shot. And then we just go from there. I feel like this is a topic that deserves better than I've given it. I probably feel that way on most topics, though. This is one that's really hit close to home for me on a lot of occasions. Just not adjusting to equipment. I hardly ever come down here and make like a recap video of I played so-and-so or what's his face and say, oh man, today my stroke was really crooked as hell, or today I was blind in my left eye. I never do shit like that. What I will do is I will come down and say, I wasn't concentrating very well, or I didn't adjust to the different equipment. And it's the adjustment that I'm talking about right now. I want to make another video on concentration. I have a week off work. I mean, it's just so freaking weird that. So except for tonight, tomorrow, probably a couple hours on Monday, and Tuesday and Thursday, I have a week off work. And so I'm going to be down here playing pool. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going like I went to New Orleans in August or July. I'm not doing that this time around. I'm not going anyplace. That was just a touch too much draw. That's fine. To get stuck on a damn rail especially, I have a problem with getting stuck on the rail. It doesn't have anything to do with adjusting and all that shit. But I can use the same method. If I'm stuck on this rail, I don't need to be trying to do anything else. If my goal is to make the 8, hell with anything else. Imagine I have other balls I was trying to play shape for or break them out or whatever. Hell with all that. Because making this 8 is at best a 50-50 proposition for me. And I haven't figured out why. It's, maybe optical illusion. Because of the rail being here, I can only see part of the cue ball. But I can try the same method and just try to just dumb it down. Come back. But I come back 2 inches, I still missed a shot. That is a tough shot for me. It's pretty embarrassing for me to miss shots like that all the time, but I do it all the time. That was a slight cut to my left, and I didn't cut it. I hit it straight. Is this going to be any better? Don't know. Nope, exactly the same thing. It's really some type of an optical illusion caused by the rail or something with me. I'm convinced. If it had been a slight cut to my right, it would have been the same deal. I hit those slight cuts when the cue ball's stuck on the rail. I hit them straight. Anyway, I've gone way off top. The topic is, if you're not adjusting, don't try to force it. Don't just keep shooting that extreme bottom left 4 rails for shape and hope that you adjust quickly enough to win. I think you just dumb everything down. If 4 rails extreme bottom left for shape is not working for you, you haven't adjusted and that's not working for you, then don't try it. Don't shoot it. Shoot something simpler. Find something simpler. It's almost always a simpler option. And yeah, it's boring to look at. But you still get to win. You have a better chance of winning, and that makes it not quite as boring. So, I am yammering, and I understand that, but it is my camera, so I am allowed. Talk to you later.